Travis Kelce ex Kayla Nicole responds to Taylor Swift lyrics fans believe is about her. When Taylor Swift dropped her highly anticipated album The Life of a Showgirl on Friday, October 3, millions of fans immediately dove into the lyrics with the intensity of cryptographers decoding ancient manuscripts, searching for every possible Easter egg, hidden reference, and veiled message about the pop superstar's life, loves, and feuds. The global phenomenon that is Taylor Swift's fanbase has perfected the art of dissecting every word, analyzing every metaphor, and connecting dots that may or may not actually exist, turning each album release into a cultural moment that extends far beyond just appreciating music and becomes instead a collective investigation into the singer's personal life and relationships. This particular album release was especially charged given Taylor's very public romance with NFL star Travis Kelce, which has dominated headlines and social media conversations for over a year, transforming football games into celebrity spectacles and making the Kansas City Chiefs tight in one of the most photographed and discussed athletes in America. Fans eagerly anticipated references to their relationship, confirmations of their happiness together, and perhaps some shade thrown at Taylor's numerous ex-boyfriends who have inspired countless songs throughout her illustrious career. However, one lyric on track 3 titled Opalite caught fans completely off guard and sparked immediate controversy when listeners believed they detected Taylor taking an unnecessary swipe at someone who hadn't asked to be part of this narrative at all: Travis's ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole, a sports journalist and influencer who dated the football star for 5 years before their final split in 2022. The specific lyric that ignited this firestorm appears in the second verse of Opalite, a song where Taylor reflects on previous failed romances that left her living in what she describes as a dark world before she found happiness and light with her current partner. The narrative shifts focus to Travis's own past relationships when Taylor sings about how he couldn't understand why he felt alone, suggesting he was in it for real while she was in her phone, a line that fans immediately interpreted as a direct reference to Kayla's career as an influencer and content creator whose professional life revolves around social media presence and digital engagement. The verse continues with Taylor singing about trying to love and giving it all you've got, then describes someone finally leaving the table with the simple realization that you're starving until you're not, appearing to frame Travis's decision to end his relationship with Kayla as liberation from a partnership where he wasn't being properly nourished emotionally. The chorus then returns to Taylor's metaphors about darkness giving way to light, describing an onyx night transformed into an opalite sky through her ability to make her own sunshine, suggesting that she has brought illumination and joy into Travis's life that was previously absent. The implication embedded in these lyrics struck many listeners as unnecessarily cruel toward a woman who has already endured significant online harassment and abuse from Taylor's fanbase simply for having dated Travis before the pop star entered the picture. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell to stay updated on this developing situation and other celebrity drama that's shaping entertainment conversations right now. Kayla Nicole didn't wait long to respond to the perceived slight, taking to Instagram stories just hours after the album dropped to share a clip from America's Next Top Model that spoke volumes without her having to say a single word directly addressing the controversy. The video features contestant Eva Marcel walking confidently into an audition room where legendary supermodel and show host Tyra Banks poses a question designed to see how the aspiring model positions herself relative to her competition. Tyra asks Eva directly how she compares herself to the other girls competing for the title, a loaded question that could easily lead someone to either tear down their competitors to elevate themselves or engage in false modesty that downplays their own strengths. Eva's response was perfect in its simplicity and confidence, stating matter-of-factly that she doesn't compare herself to other girls because she's no comparison to anyone else, essentially refusing to play the comparison game at all and instead asserting her unique value and individuality. By sharing this particular clip without any additional commentary or caption, Kayla sent a clear message that she's not interested in being drawn into competitions or comparisons with Taylor Swift, that she recognizes her own worth independent of anyone else's perception, and that she refuses to let lyrics from a song define her value or diminish her confidence in who she is. The history between Kayla and Travis provides important context for understanding why fans are so quick to defend her against perceived attacks and why this lyric feels particularly painful given everything she's already endured. The couple met in 2018 through Instagram in the very modern way that many relationships begin now, with public likes and flirtatious comments on each other's posts that signaled mutual interest before any direct communication occurred. Kayla has shared that their romance started with what she called insta-flirting, with Travis consistently liking her posts and leaving comments but never taking the step of sliding into her DMs to initiate an actual conversation. After months of this public but indirect interaction, Kayla finally decided to take matters into her own hands, admitting that after a little liquid courage and a pep talk from a friend who demanded to know what she was waiting for, she direct messaged him on New Year's and initiated the conversation that would lead to their 5-year relationship. The detail about needing liquid courage to message someone she'd been publicly flirting with for months humanizes both of them and reminds us that even beautiful, successful people experience nervousness and uncertainty when it comes to matters of the heart. Their relationship lasted 5 years with the typical ups and downs that characterize any long-term partnership, but their status as public figures meant that every breakup, reconciliation, and eventually their final split played out under intense scrutiny from fans and media who felt entitled to know every detail of their private lives. They attended events together looking happy and in love, with photos from the 2018 ESPY showing them as a glamorous couple supporting each other's careers and enjoying the lifestyle that comes with being successful in their respective fields. However, cracks began appearing publicly in 2020 when they split amid speculation that Travis had been unfaithful, allegations he vehemently denied in a now-deleted tweet where he called the cheating rumors fake news and a lie, insisting that infidelity was not the reason for their breakup and asking people to take their hatred elsewhere. The fact that he felt compelled to publicly deny cheating rumors demonstrates how invasive public interest in their relationship had become, with strangers on the internet feeling comfortable making accusations about his character and fidelity without any actual knowledge of what happened between them privately. They apparently reconciled after the 2020 split, giving their relationship another chance and working through whatever issues had driven them apart, but by 2022 they had split again, this time permanently. Reports surfaced alleging that Travis had forced Kayla to pay for half of everything while they were dating despite his significantly higher income as an NFL player, suggestions that painted him as cheap or financially controlling in ways that seemed incongruous with his public persona. Travis addressed these allegations during an interview on the Pivot podcast, explicitly denying that he made Kayla pay for half of everything and pushing back against the narrative that he wasn't generous or supportive during their relationship. He explained that Kayla had a very financially stable life and successful career in her own right, so it wasn't a situation where he was supporting a struggling partner, but he also insisted he would be crazy to suggest he never helped her out or gave her money for food or other expenses just as she sometimes gave him money. His point was that over the course of a 5-year relationship, they shared expenses and supported each other in ways that didn't require keeping strict accounting of every dollar, characterizing their financial arrangement as normal and healthy rather than the exploitative dynamic some reports had suggested. The real pain for Kayla, however, came not during her relationship with Travis or even immediately after their breakup, but rather when Travis began dating Taylor Swift in 2023 and Kayla suddenly found herself the target of vicious harassment from so-called Swifties who saw her as an obstacle or threat to their favorite celebrity's happiness. During an October episode of the Unapologetically Angel podcast, Kayla opened up about the profound impact that this sustained campaign of online hatred has had on her mental health and daily life, admitting that she would be lying if she claimed that level of hate and online chaos doesn't impact her significantly. She described going to her most recent Instagram posts and finding comments filled with people debating why she's worthless and how she'll never be a talented person,